Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. I want to rewind time with you. I want to go back 2022. Remember where we were as a football program? 15 straight years of losing to Alabama. We're inside Neyland Stadium. We're tied at 49-49. Chase McGrath lines up to kick a 40-yard field goal, attempting to win the game, attempting to end 15 years of misery. And I bet if you stop right now, I bet if you pause and you think back, I bet you can remember exactly where you were at. I bet you can remember exactly who you were with, what that moment was like. Actually, hit the comment section. Go to the comments right now. Tell me where you were at, who you were with when that 40-yard field goal went between the uprights. We stormed the field. Let me refresh your memory. Let's go back. Let's take a look at that moment.
Chase McGrath, his career long was actually when he was at USC, 52-yarder against BYU. Mentioned he's hit from 51 earlier this year against Pitt.
His last one was low.
Paxton Brooks to hold. Chase McGrath for the win for the Volunteers. From 40, on the way, a knuckleball. He got it! And here they come. The misery is over on Rocky Top.
The misery is over on Rocky Top. Man, oh man, I don't know if Josh Heupel's the guy. I don't know if he is going to take us to the next level. I don't know if we're going to see that national championship. But if we do, it feels like that was a turning point. That was the moment. The monkey is off the back. 15 years of misery is over. We storm the field. The goalposts go in the river. Cigar smoke fills the air. Now, what if Tennessee had to forfeit that game? One athletic director feels like that is the move going forward. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. But as always, I need you guys to do that YouTube stuff for me. Just smash the thumbs up just below this video. It's quick, free, and easy, and it helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. If it's your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're not experts or insiders. We're not media. We're not reporters. We're not journalists. We don't sell you on any of that. What we are is exactly what you are. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Right now, we're live every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to support this channel more, you can hit that join button down below. You can hit that thanks button down below. That's the way you can keep the lights on, keep this thing moving forward throughout the offseason, because we do not exist without your support. So think about hitting that join button, that thanks button, or you can smash the thumbs up because it's quick, free, and easy. But let's get into the article. Let's take a look at this. This is from SI.com. It's actually the Arkansas Razorbacks SI.com site, but it says SEC AD home teams must forfeit win if fans storm the field court. Greg Sankey considers putting an end to conference fans field court rushes because of potential harm to athletes. Now, you're going to get a kick out of this. We're going to jump into the article here. This is as the SEC reviews ways to halt field and court storming. Alabama athletic director of all teams, Alabama athletic director Greg Byrne has come up with a proposal according to a recent interview. Now, why do I laugh at that? Because if you go back to that game, you go back to 2022, we beat Alabama, we storm the field, we celebrate, we light up the cigars. If you remember the videos circulating of Jermaine Burton putting his hands on a Tennessee female fan, you don't do that. I saw where he had come out and talked about it later, said he made a mistake. What about the fans? And I think that's where I want to circle back to on this eventually is I don't think it needs to be a penalty for storming the field, for rushing the field. That's part of college football. That's part of athletics. That's part of the pageantry of the sport. But I think you need to treat it on a case-by-case basis. Look, it's 2025. Everything we say, everything we do is on video. So if there is an individual that steps out of line, then punish that individual. Don't punish the whole group as a whole. But here's what athletic director Greg Byrne has to say. I truly believe in forfeiting wins. If we said that the home team, if they storm the field or the court, they're going to lose that game right then and there, that will stop. And I agree with him. That's not the argument for me. I think if you say Tennessee's going to forfeit if you guys storm the field, I don't think we're going to storm the field. But I don't think we need to be having this conversation. I think storming the field is part of the game, part of the pageantry. Man, 15 years. Again, do you remember that feeling? When Chase McGrath, the field goal goes through, man, it's like the monkey was off our back. It wasn't that almost like we weren't celebrating the win. It's like we were just relieved to not be losing to Alabama again. So I don't think the conversation needs to be what will stop. It needs to be that it doesn't need to stop. But I think if you have to forfeit games, I think it's definitely going to shut it down. But on the flip side, what if we decide to dress up like Alabama fans? We're just going to follow them all around the country. We're going to storm the field as Alabama fans. How do you handle that? What do you do with that? What if one person storms the field? Is that a forfeit? 12, 24, 57? Where do you draw the line? Let's go down and continue the article here. It says the league has seen rise in recent years of fans taking celebration to the playing surface, and Arkansas is one of them after upsetting Tennessee. We have to talk about that. Can we just skip right over that? To this point of the 2024-25 athletic calendar, the SEC has collected $2.6 million from league members who don't comply with the league parameters. Now, they're going to get fines for storming the field. We'll talk about that here in just a second. The Razorbacks athletic director voiced his indifference about these types of fines before encouraging fans to bask in the glory of unforgettable moments. We want to take away unforgettable moments. Is that what we really want to do? Says even football coach Sam Pittman doesn't mind field parties, as he shared with Holly Rowe after the win over the Volunteers. That's 2 now. I think the AD is going to be mad. Maybe he won't, but right now, I don't care. Says none of the fines come out of any of the institution's pockets anyway. The SEC pulls what is owed when the conference's revenue is dispersed to each athletic department, while Arkansas will have $500,000 missing. Vanderbilt faces a fine that is a bit more expensive. The Commodores currently owe a portion of its $850,000 fine to Alabama after rushing First Bank Stadium following the team's monumental upset of then number 1 Crimson Tide under Kalen DeBoer. Well, what does Tennessee think about that? I don't know if you remember the comments from Tennessee President Randy Boyd after we stormed the field after the win over Alabama. They asked him point blank. They said, that's going to cost a lot of money. What do you think about that? Well, here is what Randy Boyd had to say about the fine. Let's take a listen.
Randy, how much is that going to cost? It doesn't matter. We do this every year.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. We will do this every year. Man, it's great to have our administration where they are at, with Randy Boyd, with Dondi Plowman, Danny White. We got a 3-headed monster all pulling in the same direction. I am here for it, and that is a big part of why we are returning to where we are at. Goes on to say Vanderbilt also experienced a major bounce back in the basketball victories over Kentucky and Tennessee resulted in court storms. Goes on down here. This is Greg Sankey. Our players deserve to be respected, both the home and the visiting teams. They deserve to be allowed to congratulate each other, say hello to friends, and exit. That's the basis, and do that uninterrupted and without being insulted directly in their face or being approached by people whose motives they don't know or understand as part of this post-game field rushing or court storming. Now, I've seen some people kicking around the idea of a countdown clock, right? So the clock hits 0, then a 5-minute timer goes up, gives the players, the coaches, everybody that's on the sidelines time to get off the field, and then the fans can storm the field. But again, you go back and watch the videos, man. Part of the fun is our players. I remember seeing Brew McCoy. Some of our players were celebrating with our fans. Josh Heupel was celebrating with our fans. What was Josh Heupel's response? His response was, this is college football at its absolute best. So again, they deserve to be allowed to congratulate each other, say hello to friends, and exit. You don't think that Tennessee wanted to celebrate with the fans? You don't think they were enjoying that moment? If they want to talk to friends on the other team or coaches on the other team, do it in the back, do it in the hallways, do it somewhere else, not on the field, man. Let's enjoy the moments, the victories, the celebrations. Goes on to say he talks more to the folks at ESPN, TV broadcasters who glorify these moments. Sankey says, I've had conversation with the folks at ESPN. It would be helpful if our media partners didn't glorify the moment repeatedly. So we've had candid conversations about that. That certainly hasn't stopped our media partners from showing those moments. Of course it doesn't. It's not going to stop, because why are you storming the field? Because it's a huge moment in college football that you are celebrating and taking part in. What are your thoughts on this? I know you guys are going to be in a line here. We're not going to forfeit games. Storming the field is part of it. But do they need to take any precautions here for the safety of fans, safety of players? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise, bonfire.com/store. YouTube.com/Talkin VAWLS. And again, you can support the channel by hitting the thanks button down below. You can support the channel by hitting the join button down below, or there is links in the description as well. We appreciate you guys. That is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.